Alright, so here we go. Here's a second one. I think this is the match that I played with Mr. Lukas, I believe. If I'm not mistaking my replay order, it does it by name, sadly. But this one shows what a really good BB rush can do. Because usually if you play warships, you see BBs sitting in the back and sniping. That is a terrible idea, frankly. Now this is a tier 7 match, and we're top tier. Hooray for us. BB-wise, it's more or less a toss-up. Either of these could really win. Gneisenau's nice, but the Duke has more guns. So is Leon, but the Scharnhorst is a Scharnhorst. New York and Texas are a toss-up. And the Congo and October Revolution are also kind of a toss-up. Now we have an Atlanta, we have two Myokos, a Nuremberg, a Kirov, a Fubuki, and an Anshan. They have an Atlanta, a Helena, a York, a Dallas, an Emerald, an Icarus, and a Gaiaday. So we have the better long-range firepower. And the Myoko in general is better as a long-range ship. So what my boy Lukas and I decided to do is go to A. And I go around this because this DD is AFK. Because of course he is. Now in Two Brothers you have to be a bit worried about... Okay, my RPF just lit up. That means someone over here has a radio positioning finder captain skill, which means they see a little slab in the middle of their screen that points towards me. It doesn't tell them the distance or what I am, but it points towards me. It's really important later on as a DD tool, especially in ranked. So you can actually tell where the DD is. This is to line up torps or see where he's going and whatnot. Now it's not going to be super important because the Myoko isn't very stealthy anyway. So we are going to go down here, and strangely enough, both the BBs are going to, and the Fubuki are going to follow me in a strange little, almost duckling line, which was very strange. But I was largely okay with it. Now Myoko. Myoko is actually one of the tankier cruisers at tier 7, simply because the bow armor is actually really tough. And as you can see from the HP pool, it's pretty good for a tier 7 cruiser. So you can actually bow tank really well on the ship. Obviously you don't want to show broadside because you die when you show broadside in any cruiser. Except maybe the Stalingrad. I don't know, I haven't actually fought one before, thank God. Now the actual turrets on the Myoko turn very slow. So you want to make sure they're pointed in the right direction because if you have to reposition, it's going to take a while to actually get them around. But the actual shells are very good, especially the HE. The HE causes fires like no one's business, can pin quite a bit of stuff, and Alpha's really good. So these work good as long-range burner ships, which is when you see someone, you kite away and just light them up. And try and kill them with fire. So we're going to go ahead and fire on this Helena. So both their DDs are over here, so we don't have to worry about being outspotted or being torped by too much stuff. Thank God for that. And there's a Texas, and this is where Myokos excel. And see, he just fired at us, so we're going to turn. Sadly, I turned into them. But I did avoid that Helena, so that's fine. So we're going to go in and shoot again. Light him up a little bit more, try and get some fires. Now right there. Those two BBs actually do exactly what BBs should do, is they just go right in, they just Zerg rush it. And they were friggin' rock stars this game. This doesn't work all the time, but when it does, it's hilarious. They have a Helena, and as you'll see later, they have an Atlanta right here. And these two are just going to do horrible, horrible things to that Atlanta, as you'll see in a minute. So I'm kind of pulling out a bit. Lukas is over here doing the same thing I'm doing largely. And right there, I don't actually intend to fire torps. What I'm doing right there is I'm judging if the Texas is actually moving or not. Because the torp indicator will show you which way the ship is going, essentially. Right here, you see that line? That line right there shows his trajectory and when the torps will reach him. So we can tell from that is that he's going forward, but very slowly, so that gives me the heading I need to shoot. And I, of course, am telling Lukas this over the comms too. So you only get 2 shells on him, but he does take a bunch of torps, so he dies from the Fubuki. Thank God. And right there we see the Atlanta, and notice how far up that Ganai is now in Scharnhorst Star. I'm not sure if that's the way they normally do it, or if they knew that they didn't have BBs over DDs over there. But either way, they do really well. Because they pulled in, they're both together, they have pretty good guns. At that range, their German dispersion doesn't especially matter. So they're just doing horrible things to that Atlanta, and I can't try to force them into just because I like killing Atlantas. I don't hate them as much as Belfast's, but I do like to throw some lead their way if I see them around. Yep, so the Atlanta is dead. And the Helena is going to go away. And now this Duke of York over here is just pretty much in full route from us. And Lukas is eventually going to kill him, because he's going to learn that the maps are only so big. So I go in and try to support the Skanais now in Scharnhorst, because I just saw these guys pretty much do exactly what a BB should do, which is run in and kill things at close range, so I want to help them out, because good play should be rewarded. And then I spot the York. The York is the only long-range spammer they have, and I am jealous, and I want to be the only long-range spammer on the team. I mean, aside from Lukas. So we go ahead and put some stuff downrange. And now these guys, I'm not sure if they were just sitting around or retreating from D, but they're in the right place right here to guard the middle. So the DD, the Icarus, is actually trying to go up the middle, but he can't really, again, stay on Sean, wherever that cruiser is and wherever that battleship is. It just isn't working out for him, so he's kind of stuck there in the middle, and he's not really contributing to the battle in any way. So that's good for us. But sadly, this Leon is kind of doing horrible things to our 2 German battleships, which is unfortunate. But they are still doing their job, and they're tanking the damage, so me and Lukas don't have to. So once again, I'm very happy about that. Now right there I switched to AP because that York is pretty much giving me consistent broadside the whole time, and also that Helena's backing out. And AP does horrible things to cruiser broadsides. So we'll see if we can get cheeky and go ahead and get a Citadel or 2 on him. And it turns out we can. But sadly he's going to go behind there, and no, the Scharnhorst killed him. Okay, I remembered wrong. I thought he went a little longer and I couldn't hit him with the shells. Alright, there's the October Revolutia. He is shooting at our battleships. I do not like that. Let's go ahead and burn him down. He only has 5 damage controls. If we can get all those there, then any fire that he's going to get is permanent. So what I do right here is I turn in, because as you can see, I'm spotted, and my priority target has 1, and it's probably the Revolutia. And now the Revolutia does not up-tier well. It has a lot of guns, but they don't penetrate especially well, and they're not that big. And as I said, Myoko is a very good bow tank. Now right here, this Leon is still a threat, but I have this little island, these 2 islands right here, which will really foul up his shots. But sadly I get hit by that Duke of York for some reason. Guess he don't like me. So there we go, Lukas is also putting some fire on him. And now we're going to turn. And now keep in mind, I could get six more barrels on him if I turned to broadside, but that's actually what he's waiting for. As you noticed, he actually hasn't fired. Well, now he is because he's turning, but you'll see a lot that his guns are pointed at me without firing because he's waiting for me to go broadside. And I don't intend on giving him an easy kill. Yep, see? There's his guns. They're pointing straight at me. So what I do is I turn in, bow on, and he can't actually pin through my front. He only can pin through my superstructure. And see, he's going to sit there and he's going to wait. He's going to wait until I turn broadside to shoot at me. But fortunately, I have a brain, and I don't intend to let him do so. So I look over there at the Duke of York to make sure he isn't going to shoot me again. And see right there, he gets kind of frustrated and just shoots at me. And I take almost no damage. So now that his guns are reloading, now I turn broadside, because he can't shoot me. So I fire one more set, and then I try and get my torps out on him. But Lukas already has his torps out, and they're going to finish the job, but mine were there just in case, you know? Yep, there he goes. Perfect. Now we have our battleship right here, our Scharnhorst, who is capping, and Lukas, who is being a man and trying to kill that Duke because he's sick of him sitting there and taking pot shots at us. I think he does take a sizzle there, poor guy, but he does get broadside, puts all of his torps in him, and splat. Good job, Lukas. So now I'm going to start farming the Leon for damage. Sadly, I don't turn quick enough, and I take quite a bit of damage. I don't think any of those were actual Citadel hits, but once again, broadside isn't super good on these cruisers, and you tend to take a lot of pin damage, especially from AP. Now this side of the map's pretty much clear. 3 of their ships are up here trying to chase ours a bit. And they're not looking too good, so they can't do anything up there, but they actually aren't taking any of the points yet, so I'm not really worried about it. We have 3 of them. We have a huge point lead right here. All we have to do is not die and we win. Well, I guess they could pull off some miraculous comeback if they killed our ships at the right time and nonsense, but 9 times out of 10 that's not going to happen, so this is the cleanup phase of the fight. So I'm going to head off to D, 1 to shoot at the enemy cruisers, and 2 so I can take the cap for my team, because 3 caps is nice, but I want all 4. I want everything to be green. Even if it ain't easy being green. Yep, once again, broadside hits, they hurt. But I think it's 2 fires on them, I think it's 1. So yep, we'll continue to farm. Lukas is back there. I think he's trying to go middle so he can halt their rush over there, which is good thinking on him. Good for you, Lukas. There we go. I am now behind the island and undetected. Sadly, the arcs on my guns are too short, so I can't actually fire over to hit that Leon. That was mostly to break line of sight, though. So it'll stop focusing on me so much, because as you can see, I'm probably about a third or a little less than a third of my health left, and I kind of don't want to get shot anymore too much. Because sadly, Myoko doesn't have a heal. Otago does, but that's next. That is tier 8. There we go, Leon's dead. Scharnhorst just got nailed for pretty bad, but I think he should still have heals. He should survive. And I'm just going to kind of go through this quicker because I don't think anything really important happens during the fight. Yep, see, they all went for B, so now they're going to... Oh yeah, actually, Lukas is going to murder the heck out of that Dallas because the Dallas doesn't have torpedoes. So at this point, I just can't talk to him on comms, just shooting the shit because I'm busy trying to get in the range. And I'm going to be able to, and Lukas is actually going to score the winning kill right here. So he just got nailed by the Dallas a few times. But the Dallas doesn't have torps, and Lukas does. He's far, far too close.